Boy, you did not that way, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Second choice, Tony.
Okay. Now,
What do you think here?
I don't know. I'm going to take some flack for this, but my second choice is a concert movie. It was made, was directed and filmed by Martin Scorsese. It's called The Last Waltz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
It is. It's great. I saw it last night. It was good.
You want to talk about non-commercialism and true heart. This movie has it. This is another one of the great unsung bands in the world called The Band.
Fabulous.
Who used to play backup for Bob Dylan and then became great on their own.
Excuse me, I'd never heard the band. And it was one of those bands that you never hear, but you just go, oh, I hate them.
You never heard the band?
Yeah. Oh, I hate them. And then I saw this movie, and I was like, oh, I really kind of liked it.
This movie has a lead guitar duet between Eric Clapton and Robbie Robertson. That is, it's just, I think it surpasses everything on the screen for rock and roll.
Done by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, who actually worked with Robbie Robertson, I think, and great
They were
cameramen.
close friends, yeah.
But they choreographed with like a dozen or 15 cameras
Yeah,
to get it to look as great as it does.
It was like-
not by accident.
Really well
such a
done.
It
great
was like a movie in broken mirror images. It was incredible the way they picked up all the different angles, and some of the movement in the movie was just incredible.
Sherilyn, what's your second choice for best rock and roll film?
Okay, my second choice for best rock and roll film is, well, I loved this movie when I saw it. It really affected me. Purple Rain.
Yeah. Excellent. Now, why do you think it's such a great movie? Why is this such a great rock and roll movie to you?
Oh, God. I don't know. I think it was, I think he deals with a lot of different things in his films. I think there's a strong level of spirituality, of temptation, of sexuality.
Do you think it's kind of autobiographical in a way, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely it is.
Leonard Maltin, what's your second choice for best rock and roll film?
My choice is like dead on.
Obvious?
Yes. A Hard Day's Night.
Oh. Really a fun movie.
It's one of the few rock and roll movies that it's about a rock and roll group.
Right.
It has the music in it, integrally part of the movie.
Right.
But it's also about the people, and it's trying to tell you something about their personalities and about the people, but in a very kinetic, fun way. It doesn't take itself seriously for 10 seconds.
I love it.
Okay,
It's a great movie. A lot of
when
running.
did you see that?
Oh, I can't.
But you know what I'm saying?
Have you
That
seen it
affected
several
you
times?
at a certain time in your
Absolutely.
life.
He wasn't even born.
I
Did you
wasn't
see it
even
more than
born
once?
probably, but
Yep.
it's like this informed a lot for me at a certain age of my life.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that's a funny thing about this is that it all does just become a
Well, also, and rock and roll's been around since the
Okay, we want to
See this? You don't have to ask him. He's ready.
Let's go. It's not fair.
Can I call you Kaniki?
Okay, you can call me Kaniki. My second choice is Woodstock.
Oh.
It is perfect.
Excellent. Go. Come on. No.
Listen to those It encompassed a whole generation and a way of life.
It was really
This is
kind of long.
history and a hell of a film to take acid and go see. In fact,
I thought it was a little long myself.
it's a little long, but
There's
it
two
really.
segments that are worth
Can
anything.
I talk? It's
Okay.
my turn.
Why is it a great movie, though?
Because it captured the time.
Right.
It said this is what was happening: peace, love, and happiness. And it was a great time.
and a hit of acid. And then there is lots of peace, love, and happiness.
Yes.
Okay, here we have to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll get our panelists' first choice for best rock and roll film. Stay with us, please.
My favorite rock and roll movie, The Sound of Music. I'm a nerd. What can I tell you?
All this week, Goo Goo Doll Johnny Rzeznik hosts VH1's The List,
I'm so glad I got another job.
featuring Montel Jordan, Jody Watley, Tresh, Tony Shalhoub, Ian Ziering, Matthew Sweet, Jeff Conway, Salil Moon Frye, and more.
Everybody here is so hot.
The List,
Sexiest music video.
Madonna's Justify My Love.
Big orgy. What's the problem?
something everyone can disagree on.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Every weeknight at 7 and 11, only on VH1.
All right, welcome back to The List. Our topic today is best rock and roll film. We've already heard our panelists' third and second choices. And now we're going to get to see their number one picks, all right? So, Tony, we're going to start with you.
My number one pick is Spinal Tap.
Yes. Now, why? Why is that?
Okay, this is a movie that is so brilliantly conceived,
Yes.
well acted, has has all this humor in it. It's sort of a parody of rock and roll, but ultimately, by the time you get to the end of it, you realize that it's really a tribute to rock and roll, that these guys really love the music.
But you know what? If you've ever been in a band, that movie's not funny. It's real life, right?
It's rock and roll. Let's face it. At its best, it's a beautiful thing. It's fun. It feeds people. It inspires people. And it gets sometimes at its worst. It's over commercialized.
Right.
It's self-indulgent. It's kind of
self-indulgent.
Well, you know, it's rock and roll.
And I think this points up both of those aspects. It shows the heart of rock and roll, but it also shows when we go overboard and we get really silly and self-important. And this shows it up for that.
Sherilyn, what's your first choice for best rock and roll film?
My favorite is self-indulgent and extremely,
Good,
you know, very much part of the publicity machine and whatnot. It's Spice Girls movie, and I love this movie.
I think we already know which one's getting nominated.
Look at that.
I love this
Spice
movie.
World.
That's genius.
Spice World.
Spice World.
And the poster alone is enough for me to love
I love
it.
her, though.
Hey, there we go.
I love J. Hell.
Look at these women.
That's rock and roll.
She's awesome.
But, you know, where are they today?
Doesn't matter where
They're
they
living
are
in
today, where they
castles
were when they made
somewhere.
the movie.
They're huge.
That's
And
great.
they
And
capture-
who's-
I like that attitude.
Thank you.
Oh, the movie's a lot of fun.
Is it?
It's like
I like the movie.
It's kind of like the '90s girls version of A Hard Day's Night.
Okay, all right.
It really is.
All right,
So I have to say, I have a 5-year-old son, and he's in kindergarten, and the girls at school play Spice Girls, and they chase the boys and
That's
try
great.
to kiss them, and the boys go, "Oh, Mom!"
That's awesome.
But I think it's, you know, I like it.
All right.
Girl power.
Girl power. It's the fuel in the rock and roll gas tank, you know?
That's
All girl
right.
power.
Good
Totally.
analogy.
If there weren't
Thank you.
women, there wouldn't be.
Oh, baby, if
Great
there weren't
rock.
women, there'd be no rock and roll.
I know.
There'd be nothing, baby.
That's right. I love you women.
That's right. Leonard, what do you say?
Well,
Number one pick.
Number one pick for me has
It's
to
a
go
big one.
back to the roots.
Okay.
Uh-oh, back to the roots.
Back to the roots, yes.
Oh.
It's Jailhouse Rock.
All right.
And it's the